Planning to study in the UK? Think your graduate route will give you 2 years to work after your degree? Well, not anymore. The UK government just announced major immigration reforms. Graduate route slashed, settlement takes longer, and even your spouse may now need an English test. If you're already a student or planning to apply to the UK soon, here's everything you need to know. Before you proceed, make sure to subscribe to our channel for the latest news and updates on abroad education.
I love data. It resolves misinformation. Let's talk to experts, analyze news, and smartly plan your study abroad journey.
Hello aspirants, welcome to Videshi Chai. The UK has always been a top destination for Indian students, welcoming over 1.4 lakh of them in recent years. International students brought in over 12 billion pounds in tuition fees last year alone. But things got real when migration numbers exploded with over 9 lakh in 2023, which is 4 times what it was in 2019. There were too many international students staying back but not getting graduate level jobs. Asylum claims from students near visa expiry increased. More students were entering lower ranked universities, raising questions about their ulterior motives, and there were immense number of student visa misuse cases just to enter the US and not to study. This urged the UK government to release a white paper in May 2025 called Restoring Control Over Immigration System, which talks about the proposed reforms and strict compliance. So, what are the key changes affecting the Indian students? Number 1, stricter checks on universities. The UK government is tightening rules for universities that sponsor international students. To maintain their sponsorship licenses, universities must show that at least 95% of their sponsored students actually enroll and at least 90% of them complete their course. To reinforce this, a red, amber, green rating system will be implemented, wherein green means compliant, amber means at risk, and red means failing. So how does this affect you? If you're applying to a university with a red or amber rating, then your CAS or confirmation of acceptance for studies, further, your visa chances may drop and offer letters could be withdrawn if the university loses its sponsor status. It's better to research your university and, if possible, avoid lesser known universities or low ranked universities with a weak compliance record. The second change is stricter agent rules. Many Indian students apply through overseas agents, and the UK is tightening the rules here as well. Now, if a university uses agents, those agents must be registered under Agent Quality Framework, a system that is meant to ensure transparency and prevent misuse. Now, if this proposal becomes a reality, then you need to verify that your agent is AQF registered and make sure that they have a proven track record. The third change is that the graduate route is reduced to 18 months. Until now, the graduate route has allowed international students to stay in the UK for 2 years after completing their degree, or 3 years if they have a PhD. But under the proposed new rule, this will be reduced to 18 months for most students. But why? The government says that too many students are staying back but not landing graduate level jobs, which is what the route was originally meant for. For Indian students, this is a bit of a double-edged sword. On one hand, 18 months is still a decent window to find work and apply for a skilled worker visa. But on the other hand, with the job market being competitive, especially in fields like IT, management and engineering, you now have a slightly shorter runway to secure sponsorship. So, planning ahead becomes even more important. The fourth change is new English language requirements. And here's a big one that affects both students and their families. The government is planning to raise the required English level across multiple visa routes. For skilled worker visas, the requirement will be increased from B1, which is intermediate, to B2, which is upper intermediate. For adult dependents like your spouse or partner, there will now be a mandatory English test at A1 level, which is basic. Until now, many dependents didn't need to show proof of English language at all. And for visa extensions or settlement, the bar will go even higher. You'll need to show that you have improved over time, from A2 for extensions to B2 for final settlement. Why is this happening? The UK government wants people who come to live and work in the country to integrate better, find jobs more easily, use public services confidently, and engage in the community. For Indian families, this means a bit more preparation, especially if you're planning to bring your spouse along. But overall, it encourages long-term stability and communication skills. By the way, if you're finding this useful so far, don't forget to hit the like button. It helps us reach more students just like you. The fifth change is review of short-term study rules. These short-term courses are typically 6 to 11 months long and help students improve their English before joining a full course. But the white paper notes that there is a serious issue here. Almost 48% of visa applicants for this route were refused in 2024. The government suspects that some applicants are misusing this route to simply enter the UK and later apply for asylum. So they're reviewing the approving bodies. For genuine students looking to improve their English, this might make access a bit tougher, but it also ensures better scrutiny and quality of institutions going forward. The sixth change is potential levy on universities. This proposal is the idea of a tax on the income that universities earn from international students. This money would then be reinvested into the UK's own education and skills system. Now, this doesn't mean that your tuition fee will go up right away, but universities might try to cover that cost somehow, either by adjusting fees or cutting back on certain services. For Indian students, especially those funding their education through loans, this is definitely something to keep an eye on, especially when you're budgeting. The seventh is the move to e-visas. On the good side, visas are going digital. The UK is rolling out e-visas, which means that you no longer need a physical visa sticker on your passport. Everything will be online. Though this change might sound simple, it is actually making things smoother, like checking your visa status, traveling, or proving your rights to work or rent. It's one of the few changes that's purely positive and designed to make your life easier. Eighth change relates to earned settlement and longer wait settlement, which is also called permanent residence, which used to be possible only after 5 years on most visa routes. Now the default waiting period is being pushed to 10 years. But there's a catch, in a good way. The UK plans to introduce a point-based contribution system. That means if you actively contribute to the UK through work, volunteering, innovation, or community service, you could earn points and qualify for settlement earlier than 10 years. Think of it like being rewarded for genuinely adding value to the country. For Indian students who plan to settle in the UK long term, this change might feel like a setback. But if you are proactive and build on your career, contribute meaningfully, there's still a clear path to PR. To recap quickly, universities will face stricter checks on who they sponsor. The post-study visa or the graduate route will now only give you 18 months instead of the current 2 years. If you bring your spouse or partner, they'll need to take a basic English test. The settlement timeline is increasing to 10 years, but you can earn your way in sooner. Higher English levels will be required across the board, from work visas to extensions and settlement. So, should you be worried? Honestly, not really. These reforms are significant. They are not meant to shut the door on Indian students, but to make sure those who come are serious, skilled, and ready to contribute. Again, this is still a white paper, which means it's a proposal. It's not law yet. There's no confirmed implementation date, and many of the details are still up for discussion. But it does show which direction the UK is heading in. The UK isn't shutting its doors. It's asking for more clarity, skill, and commitment. If you're prepared, your journey is still very possible. If you're planning to study in the UK, stay informed, plan smartly, and always check the official UK government website gov.uk for the most accurate and updated rules. If you have any specific questions in mind, leave a comment below. And yes, don't forget to like and share this video. Until next time, bye.